joining us once again for the third episode in Westcoast's Edutalks series, where we talk education, all aspects of it, and how you can get more from those education opportunities that are so important to our country. I'm joined here by Lenovo today, and we're going to discuss all sorts of challenges and things that they see in the education market and how Lenovo can help you sell more into that market. So Matt, why don't you introduce yourselves first?
Thank you very much, Alex. It's great to be here. I'm Matt Eccles. I'm the Education Business Development Manager at Lenovo, looking after colleges, schools and universities in the UK and Ireland, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Great, well, it's great to have you. And what about you, Steve?
Hi everyone, my name's Steve Shervington. I'm the Land School BDM for Lenovo. I look after partners across EMEA, but obviously specifically the UK, just helping to support you to reach out with our software, in particular Land School, and just support you with educating the end users, ideally schools, on how to deploy and work with our latest software solutions.
Steve, that's great and really interesting, and I'm certain we'll come on more to about Land School later on, because I'm certain that a lot of people won't know about that, and I'm sure they'll be excited about some of the things that you're doing, Steve.
Well, great. I look forward to talking to you all.
Great. Let's talk about the market as you see it at the moment, Matt. How does that feel? How does it look at the moment?
I think we're at a very interesting place. There's never been more technology in classrooms in the country, and students have never had this many devices in their hands before. So we are at a place in a journey where we've never been before with technology and education. Very exciting. If there was a silver lining in the pandemic, I don't think there was, but one positive aspect is the acceleration of technology in the classroom. That's been a very positive change. Now with that, there are obviously some challenges as well. As technology gets more embedded into teaching and learning, and students and teachers become more reliant on technology, it does shine a light on the importance of inclusion. So have all children got the same equitable access to technology in the classroom? And that's a big topic that I've seen within education in the last year, is about those groups of students that maybe have fallen behind with access to technology, and schools very passionate about making sure there is equal, equitable access.
And what are Lenovo doing to try and help schools achieve that?
About 18 months ago, we set up a project called Everyone In, which is our digital equity fund. So we set ourselves a target of raising £1 million to help charities that fight digital poverty, particularly with an emphasis on education. As about 1 in 5 children that currently don't have consistent, regular access to a device. And we want to play our part in trying to help.
That's really fantastic. I'm really delighted to hear that, Matt. And I'm certain that lots of people, lots of you as resellers looking at this, will all be talking about how you can help your local schools. And here's one way to be able to do that. That's tremendous to hear.
Yeah.
There is so much to do in this particular area. And I'm delighted to say that Westcoast are the Thames Valley's Diversity and Inclusion Leader and Company of the Year. We've just been appointed. And so this is a really important topic, I think, for Westcoast too, by the way. Yeah. But in terms of, there's clearly no good trying to do a lesson on a mobile phone that's being shared across the home. We need to get devices into everyone's hands. Do you think the government are doing enough in this particular area?
So the government have already procured around 2 million devices. So we're at a place now where there are more students that fall into the free school meals category, yes, that have got access to devices. I think Ofcom said recently we've gone from 11 to 6% of homes now without internet access. So we've made great strides. I think it's amazing to see the sudden acceleration of technology. However, there's more to be done.
Well, clearly, 6% is, that would be equivalent to maybe 60,000 pupils not getting the appropriate technology, and that's a real issue. So we as the IT channel must help and that's
Yes.
an important factor to the whole thing. What about that deployment of the Department for Education have done over the pandemic? Have most of those items and laptops been switched on, do you think?
I think most of them have, yeah. It is an interesting point though, Alex, because what we hear from schools is the technology was very handy, sort of the emergency parachute technology, bailing everybody out during the pandemic. But what actual device technology do we want to use in the classroom? And I think what we hear is kids would like more interactive devices, so cameras, pens, being able to touch screen. There's less of that in schools. We want to see more of that.
That's presumably because of cost, generally. I mean, there's a budget constraint here because some of
Yes.
those features of those devices presumably are more expensive and are out of budget, perhaps. Are Lenovo trying to make some of those products and put them in an appropriate budget for schools?
Yes, and that's
Fantastic.
a really, really important point because there is a lot of ineffective IT out there in schools. There's lots of stuff in the cupboards that's not quite fit for purpose. So what we do as Lenovo, we have a trade-in program, which we announced at BET
Yes.
in March. So schools can take that old equipment, switches, routers, monitors, laptops, desktops, and cash that in when they buy a qualifying Lenovo product and get a reward of up to 25% cash back.
Now, everyone should be able to take that to market. Yeah, and that feels like a really exciting program that you've got that feels unique to me. Yeah, and I don't see that from any other vendor at the moment. So that is a really exciting program for Lenovo. We must get that out to all of those schools, I think, to make sure, because if they have got machines in the cupboard, then we need to make sure that we repurpose them and reuse them. And clearly, in some cases, some of those devices can be used in primary school that can be coming from a secondary school. So effectively, you can recycle them down the chain a bit.
So just on the two topics we've covered. So what we're trying to do with Lenovo, we've got our Connect Ed program. So we're building a community, and we've got partners like yourselves,
Yes.
our channel partners, our alliance partners.
Is it easy to join the Connect Ed program?
It's very simple to join, so you can get in touch with Westcoast or
Will certainly help. Yes,
yourself.
good.
Now, the two key pillars of that are the Digital Equity Fund. So if you're a member of that community, you can apply for up to £25,000 a quarter to give to a local organisation or a charity fighting poverty. That's a real benefit to the programme.
Fantastic.
If you join Connect Ed, you can take part in the trading as well. So a terrific opportunity for partners to talk to schools about unlocking some of that investment and spending it on the right kind of interactive device.
Now, just in my experience at the moment, and I'd be interested to hear what you think about this, is that I think a lot of these large-scale laptop rollouts were done by some very large resellers across the country who haven't really got the touch with local schools.
Yeah.
They obviously had great touch with the Department for Education, but not necessarily with local schools. It now feels it's time to get all resellers back in touch with their local schools, and these are the kind of things that they'll be able to do it with.
That's exactly what we wanted to achieve with Connect Ed, reaching back out to those specialised partners that really understand education and really service schools and provide that end-to-end service for them. So this is a really important need for schools. They need partners that they trust, that can service them locally, and hopefully Connect Ed is a way of...
Well, that feels like a fantastic place to start, because if you feel as though you've been locked out of those local schools by this enormous great rollout that we've had to have during the pandemic, these feel like localised programmes that you can all get involved in as part of your business. And I think that would be a tremendous focus. And why wouldn't Lenovo be an outstanding partner for all of you to be able to do that?
Yeah.
One of the things that particularly I've noticed during the pandemic is that teachers have almost required to be IT managers. And actually running a class of people that are either in classroom or outside the classroom at home because they've had COVID or whatever, actually it's been a really difficult position for teachers, and they aren't skilled enough to be able to do that. Now, I understand that Land School perhaps is the sort of solution that you've got, Steve. Land School, it feels like a really exciting bit of software, What is it all about? What can it do?
So, as we know, face-to-face lessons are back, but teaching and learning has changed forever. I think schools now have to take a hybrid approach, merging the classroom with remote learning.
Sure.
And to achieve this, they've had to invest in more technology, in particular, as we know, the widespread introduction of laptop devices. Saying that, giving students access to the internet in the classroom.
That's a dangerous thing, yes.
Is potentially a dangerous thing.
Potentially,
and also could be a great tool, but as you rightly said, it can also be a huge distraction as well.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges teachers are facing today is, how do I keep my students safe and on task while they're online in the classroom? And more to the point, how do I know what they're doing? Are they doing the work I've assigned them, or are they on social media? Are they on Spotify, or are they doing their history homework, for instance, in my maths class? Apart from installing NetFilter, which is our web filtering solution, teachers can also deploy our classroom monitoring software called Landschool.
Landschool, okay, very good. I'm sure many people don't know about that, and that feels like an exciting new thing. And I don't know, how long has it been around, Landschool?
Well, Landschool's been around for over 30 years, actually.
Wow.
But we have two versions. We have our original, the classic version, which is on-premise, which has been around for over 30 years. But obviously, off the back of the pandemic, we've also introduced a cloud version, which is Landschool Air, which kind of addresses that need for sort of remote and hybrid learning.
So it can cover in classroom and wherever you are.
And wherever you are.
You're doing your lesson. Right. What does it do, this great software?
Well, it effectively gives teachers visibility in real time of the student devices.
Okay.
And also allows them to control what websites the students can and cannot visit during their specific lesson. We've built in other features as well, such as push a website, which is a real time saver for teachers because it allows them at a click of a button to push a website out to every device in the classroom.
Okay.
And features such as blank screen, which, as the name suggests, will...
That's what it says on the tin?
Absolutely.
Very good.
Obviously, a teacher would use that as and when they have something important to say and they don't want any distractions. The teachers can also share their screens through Landschool with the rest of the class, and also take over a student's screen remotely if they're misbehaving or if they need help.
Yeah, good point. So, how do you buy this product?
Well, it's quite simple, really. Just speak to your local West Coast account manager, who can
you could definitely do that. Definitely.
arrange the licenses for you. It is a subscription-based software, so they can purchase between 1 and 5 years. By the way, some of our partners may not be aware that for every Lenovo device that is sold into an education environment, they automatically qualify for a 12-month license of Landschool.
Wow, that's absolutely fantastic. And then you renew that after every year. So it's really a seeding program to get yourself, and that will feel like a really exciting opportunity for renewals and constant value add for every reseller out there. So that feels like a really exciting program.
It really is, and it's going really well at the moment. So with regards to how would they access the free 12-month license, they can either go through their local account manager, or go onto our website, landschool.com, and fill in an online form. And
Perfect.
We'll take it from there.
Well, West Coast will do that for you, certainly, if you need some help with that. And we'll make sure that you get access to that. That's a really exciting program. And that gives you one really focused thing that you can do into your local schools. Well, I bet many of them don't know about that particular program. So let's talk about something off the wall here. I just see lots and lots of gamification going on in schools at the moment. What are Lenovo doing to support that particular initiative?
Esports is a huge topic within education, a little bit controversial in some respects, because when you talk to a head teacher or a leader within a school and try and explain there's a positive value and positive outcome to gaming in school, you're kind of a bit cynical about having students come in and play computer games. But there's a wealth of positive educational outcomes. One of the big benefits is inclusion. So 50% of gamers are female, so it's a great opportunity of bringing women into technology, especially at school.
That is such an important thing. I mean, I'm sure many of you know that West Coast really focus on 2 of the UN global goals. Goal 4, which is gender equality, Goal 5, fair education. Those 2 things are just really important to us. And West Coast won last night, in fact, an award for their diversity and inclusion program. So it's really important as a business to us to be able to make sure that we promote that. And that feels like a really exciting opportunity to break into schools and get things going in esports in schools.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, and just beyond gender as well as neurodiversity as well. So it's so broad and accessible for all students to take part. So I know you were in the rowing team at school, so
you can tell I wasn't in the ballet team.
So the fact now that we've got 300 schools that have esports teams that compete against each other in the national championships, which starts in the new academic year, is amazing.
That's fantastic. What are Lenovo doing to support that particular initiative?
So we've sponsored a couple of teams. So
okay, great.
We've sponsored King Edward School in Bath, and we've helped them build an esports classroom. One of the benefits of that has been that when the systems aren't being used, the Legion systems aren't being used for gaming, the teachers can teach video editing, graphic art, CAD. So it opens up a wider range.
Because these are powerful machines, presumably. Exactly. Legion machines, I think that you mentioned. That's your gaming brand, isn't it?
Yes.
It is a fantastic brand. Really, really good. Really fantastic. Yeah. And how might you help finance that particularly? Because these things are more expensive,
Yes, schools will need help with that.
Okay.
And the fact that they can, with the partners, finance that through Westcoast and lease those products over a period of time, because they will need to be refreshed every 3 years.
Okay, that's a really important point, I think. And actually, West Coast have got a fabulous device solutions team that really is cradle to grave here, because one of the things I think about esports is that often they'll replace what used to be what I describe as a desktop learning room, where lots of desktops, because now everyone's got a laptop. So actually, why didn't you focus as resellers on replacing those rooms with more powerful machines, better opportunities, and turn it into an esports team room, and get all these ancillary benefits from that? And West Coast can really help with that device solutions program.
I think what it's about really is making technology more delightful for the students and more engaging, because who wouldn't want to go in and spend a little bit of extra time playing Rocket League with friends and competing against other schools? So it is going to be a big trend. We're way behind North America and Europe. We've just seen the early adopters now, 300 schools in September. There'll be 2,000 or 3,000 by this time next year.
Now that really feels like an exciting opportunity for all resellers, local, to get into this particular program. And as I said, Legion's a great brand, really to be able to get behind. Yeah. But clearly, you've got to control those particular products too in the environment that you've got there. NetFilter, I've heard a bit about that. Steve, tell us more about that.
So, Alex, as you probably know, hundreds of thousands of new web pages come online every day, and many are not suitable for student eyes. So, NetFilter uses advanced artificial intelligence to scan, to filter and categorize these pages to ensure that students don't see or aren't exposed to any harmful content.
Well, I think parents will absolutely embrace that, as of course will teachers too, and everyone's petrified of such a disaster happening in a school. How do you buy NetFilter? Is that something that's already bundled? Is it a particular product from Lenovo?
Again, it is a Lenovo product.
Great.
And once again, you can obviously purchase it through your account managers. We're here to support. So again, if you need any demos or want to set up a trial with any of the schools, then again, just reach out and we'll be more than happy to oblige.
So listen, these 2 softwares that you particularly mentioned, Land School, NetFilter, those feel like really exciting opportunities for you all to get into your local schools and really help them. And it's those kind of things that will help them get through their Ofsted when they particularly look at IT, and actually they'll be really, really helpful for you in terms of embedding you into your local school and really adding value and helping these guys. That's a fantastic thing. So that comes to the end, I think, of our third podcast from Westcoast and Lenovo. Matt, Steve, it's been a pleasure to see you all, and thank you so much for taking part. There's so many things that I hope that you've learnt too, to talk about some of the new services, some of the new opportunities that you can have to make sure that all resellers get it back into schools and really help them, because they need your help, and particularly localized help. And of course, it's not just the work that you do on devices and software in particular, but of course there's infrastructure too. And of course, Westcoast now are a One Lenovo partner. We've got access to every aspect of Lenovo's technology, whether it's mobile technology, and of course ISG, the infrastructure and servers technology that we have access to now as well. So there feels like lots of things from Lenovo that you can absolutely get behind. But I think some of the things Matt and Steve you spoke about today, I think are game changing, and all of you should get right behind that. It's been my pleasure to speak to you all today, and to you two too. Thank you so much to Lenovo, and thank you all for all the business that you give to Westcoast.